What's going on, everybody? Welcome to G Myers World Podcast. And I got to tell you, man, I wasn't expecting such a high-scoring game because I thought the Rams' defense would play a lot better than they did. But Talib is on injured reserve, and there's a lot of other things going on. Marcus Peters got dotted in the beginning of the game to start it. I do like the way the Vikings came out, but I'm going to break it down, half to half, all right? Now, this is what I'm going to say. Kirk Cousins, his fumble cost him the game, right? But I will tell you this, the poor defense that's being displayed by Mike Zimmer's defense is embarrassing, okay? Kirk Cousins, in my opinion, did enough to win this game. And I'm the first person to tell you when the dude is playing like trash. That dude, listen, that game that he played against the Green Bay Packers when he dropped it right in like a teardrop, he's showing that he can actually make those throws on a regular basis. Now, whether Marcus Peters is garbage or, all these defenders are idiots and they're jumping up and can't get the ball, I don't know. But he's continuously doing it, so it's no longer a mistake. Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. Before you guys jump on him and say, yeah, but, he cost them the game, think about the Super Bowl and how that ended with the Eagles and the Patriots. Tom Brady's still the GOAT, but sometimes you get the pressure and dudes make great plays. Look, those defenders are getting paid just like the offensive linemen, and sometimes it doesn't work out in the favor of the offense. But this game showed me a couple things. Let me go ahead and break it down. The first thing is Gurley, right? Todd Gurley is the best running back in football right now. And you could probably say it's by default because Le'Veon Bell isn't playing and Zeke Elliott, even though he's averaging like 90-plus yards, he hasn't looked like that guy. You know what I'm saying? Plus, Gurley is just so much more of a threat the way he burnt Anthony Barr, who's just a trash can. Every time I look, what's it? Cup, whatever, however you say that wide receiver's name. He's burning him. Gurley's burning him. Like, everybody just burning him, bro. Like, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. This Vikings defense, this is what they put their bread and butter on. Okay? When you bring in Kirk Cousins, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to figure out, okay, listen, what can we do right now? What can we actually logically get done to the point where we're right over the hump? We're going to get rid of Case Keenum, and we're going to see what we can do. What can we really do with this? That's why Kirk Cousins is there, right? But then the defense was so good last year, and then now it's like, hold on. Is that the same defense? Like, what is Xavier Rhodes doing on the sideline, raging, going wild after he gets called for a penalty that he obviously committed? Like, the team doesn't seem to be in the same type of spirits that they were in last year, and I think that that's starting to have a resounding effect on the overall team. And with the Vikings, it always starts, like, it's good to see, Dalvin Cook back and stuff like that, but it starts with their defense, and I'm not feeling like they're playing good D. And granted, it was a shootout. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Rams are scoring, they're scoring, it's going back and forth, all that stuff like that. Jared Goff, bro, what's up with that guy? I don't know what his throw power is, but that dude is throwing missiles, bro. He's throwing missiles to Brandon Cooks. And then I tweeted it out at G Myers World. That's my official Twitter handle, where I said, why would the Patriots get rid of Cooks? And a lot of you guys are saying that, whether, Bill Belichick is trying to sabotage Tom Brady. They wanted a first-round pick, blah, 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 all this other kind of good stuff. Let me tell you something, man. Cooks is a very, very good receiver. And I can tell you why he left the Saints. He left the Saints pretty much because Drew Brees couldn't get him the ball. Drew Brees don't got a cannon, bro. And then you guys might say, oh, yeah, but what about, Ginn? Ted Ginn Jr.? Ted Ginn Jr., listen, he's not the same guy that he was years back. He can still fly, whatever, but Cooks has a different type of speed. And I believe that although Drew Brees is deadly accurate, I don't think that he was able to get the ball where he needed to get it, and that may have created some situations there. And it just seemed like they could have got, they got good value for him, so it worked out. With the Patriots, I don't know what's going on because, honestly, I think Tom Brady needs all the help he can get. The way it's looking right now with Gronk being double-teamed and triple-teamed, Josh Gordon should play this coming week, but I think the Patriots would be a different team with Brandon Cooks on the team right now. I think he was a good fit. He took the top off the defense. I think it worked out better for them. But the way that it is right now, I don't know what's happening. But I can tell you this, man. Like, that's a guy that they saw when they signed him during the offseason to an extension. They saw this, what we're getting right now, because they have so many offensive weapons. And the Rams, like I told you guys early on in one of my first official podcasts for this 2018 season, if the Rams don't go to the Super Bowl, like they have to at least go to the Super Bowl. If they don't make it to the Super Bowl, this season's a bust. because they spent over $200 million to get this team where it's supposed to be. And Aaron Donald is running around like nobody's blocking him and doing whatever. I don't think that there's an old lineman that can block that guy. You have to double and triple team that guy and sometimes chip him off. You know what I'm saying? With a running back or something like that. He's an animal. So looking forward, I don't really see any other team realistically beating the Rams in the NFC. Now, if this team played the Patriots right now, I would take this team over the Patriots. Pretty much what we're going to be able to see is this week with the Dolphins, the Dolphins being 3-0 coming up against the Patriots, that's going to tell us a lot about where we're going as far as, the AFC goes, because everybody is thinking that the Patriots will be ready. Now, can Josh Gordon give them a little bit of what he used to be? It's possible, but I don't know about the longevity of it, even though Tom Brady's playing year to year with Bill Belichick, because at some point, one of them are going to have to go. And I think that Robert Kraft would be an idiot if he let go of Bill Belichick with the age of Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady might end up going before Belichick goes because, honestly, right now, I don't really see how they're going to get a coach that's going to be able to do the same things that Bill Belichick was able to do over these years. Now, regardless of who you give the credit to, Bill Belichick deserves a lot of it because it was his schemes. You could call it Bounty Gate, Spy Gate, all kinds of gate with the gate. He has a lot to do with that. But speaking of the AFC, right? The Steelers, I don't know what they're going to do, so I'm not really worried about them. The AFC is kind of dangerous to, gauge right now because usually it's like the Steelers, the Patriots. Right now, people are going hype about the Browns. I don't even know if the Browns are going to win 5 games this year, but it is what it is. The AFC just appears right now to be a complete toss-up because, like I said, I still have to favor the Patriots just because the organization hasn't shown us any reason why we shouldn't favor them. Okay, other than them, we got to see how the Steelers manage, but the Steelers, I don't know. It looks like there's chaos going on in that locker room. But getting back overall to these two NFC teams, the Vikings are very, very disappointing. And again, you can say whatever you want to say about Kirk Cousins, but I believe that he gave them more than enough to win this game. He gave them more than enough, man. Like, the dude was coming out. I think he played an excellent game. If this defense is anything like it was last year, this game is not even close. Now, I will say this. This game showed me a lot about, you see like the NFL's rule about landing on the quarterbacks with their body weight? The way that Aaron Donald and these guys were sacking him and attacking him, it looks like their new method is just going to be throwing him to the ground or, making him land on top of you and rolling them over. And it seems to work. And again, you guys a lot of people figure that it's very, very soft. And I believe that it is very, very soft the way that they're doing it right now because it's a collision sport. That's what you sign up for. That's what people expect to see. Nobody wants to see guys rolling around and just being idiots and, trying to put them to sleep. But all in all, I think the Rams right now with McVay, I think they're very, very well coached. Because if you look at it the way that it's going with the Green Bay Packers, I understand that Clay Matthew has been getting very, very bad calls. But somebody on that coaching staff should have told him, look, stop doing that. Let's start doing that. It's been 3 weeks in a row that he's been getting the same penalty. So I look at stuff like that and try to analyze it to see, what's making this team different. And it looks like the Rams are just coached very, very well. That's what it looks like to me. And, I picked them to come out of the NFC, the Rams anyway. But the only thing that's really bothering me, I want to see what happens with the Patriots. Because remember, Gordon, if he is even a resemblance of whatever it is, Gronkowski is going to always get that double team. And if other people can beat you, Edelman comes back, I think after this week. He has a 4-week suspension for performance-enhancing drugs. So he'll be back. So that's 3 people. You got Gronk, you got Gordon, you got Edelman. Okay, so we have to see how this transpires. But right now, I don't really see a team that I would say could beat the Rams realistically. Like, if we're just talking straight up, I don't know how you can bet against the Rams right now. And for me, it's Super Bowl or bust with the way that this team played because it showed us today the Vikings, although they play bad, their defense is pretty good. So it could be one or two things. Either they just suck this year or the Rams are really just that good. Either way, Los Angeles was popping tonight, and it just looked really, really good overall. But I just wanted to make sure that everybody understands you can't really blame Kirk Cousins, man. Like, I would be the first person. Like, I watched this game in its entirety. He was making some unbelievable plays with no run game and poor defense, bro. You got to give him some credit. Even though it's a loss and we don't believe in moral victories, I don't know what to say, man. I think the Vikings defense is terrible this year, and all the expectations that people had for them and thinking they were just missing that one piece of a quarterback is not the case. The defense is playing horrifically, man. If you guys want to listen to me on the go, I'm on Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Android. Just search G Miles World Podcast. I want to thank everybody for joining me. You guys enjoy your night, and I'll see you very soon because this Sunday is going to be a lot of epic games, and you're not going to want to miss what I have to say about some of these games that are upcoming, including the Patriots and the Dolphins. One love.